Vernon will sunburn this weekend.
International plate right now.
National Geographic.
It's beautiful. Not sure what's going on in Italy, but there has been no sun the last 3 weeks, so we decided to escape to Spain. I found this really cool resort that literally looks like an African safari. It's in the Canary Islands, and I'm like, let's check it out. So 4 hours later, boom, we are in Spain. And it feels crazy that this is Spain. This resort was super nice. We got our welcome drink as soon as we walked in. Of course, we're always early, so we kind of had like 2 hours to kill before our room was ready. So we decided to explore the resort to see if it actually matches what it was supposed to look like in the pictures. And let me just tell you, it definitely did. The fact that this is kind of on an island that's very sandy and kind of dead, I would say. There was a ton of life here and a ton of like lush greenery. And if you're in Spain, of course, you have to start out the day with a sangria. So usually this resort has 2 buffets that's open for lunch, but because it's low season, only one of them is open. But if you've ever been to a resort, it's definitely that kind of same style where it's buffet style and you just have a ton of options. I always kind of start out with the appetizers, then I move into my main dishes, then into the desserts. Kind of walking around, scouting the area. They had a lot of options. Whatever you need to eat, whatever diet you're on, whatever your needs are. If you want to eat just meat or if you want to eat a bunch of cheese, if you want to be vegan, I think they definitely have you covered here. I always eat with my eyes and I always get too much food, but you know, don't we all? I loaded up my first plate. Honestly, I don't even remember what I ate. I tried to put some vegetables in there to be healthy. That was already my second plate, but I wasn't complaining because the food was a 10 out of 10. Let's see what Vernon's been up to.
Hey everybody, welcome to my Spanish MTV crib. No, but this is the first time I've ever been to a 5-star resort or any resort. And Maryana did a great job booking this one. I'm actually really excited about this place because the room is spacious and it has one feature that I love more than any other. Maryana loves this part probably, right?
Yes.
The tub.
Every hotel needs to have a big tub, and it's a good size.
It's enough for 2 people, but I like showers. Toilet, I don't really care about that.
It's special. Well, it's not as special as the ones in Japan, but they're pretty nice. We have our vanity. I
guess it's kind of cool that they give you towels, right? Like beach towels?
Yeah. And that's water, nice. Because we already had like 3 glasses of sangria. So I feel like we're more wine.
We gotta drink up. I mean, it is actually a lot warmer than I thought it was gonna be. It said it was like 70 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and it feels like it's like 85. So yeah, we definitely need some more water. The mini bar though, honestly.
It is stacked.
People do care about the mini bar.
I don't know which way to open it. Oh, you open it. I don't want to break a nail. Ooh.
Okay.
Well, we're not leaving Spain sober.
Yeah, right. Chivas Regal. These little tiny Bacardi things.
Jesus.
Not interested in this stuff.
A lot of beer.
A lot of beer, some water, some Coca-Cola.
One lonely pack of chips.
This is my favorite part of the room. Separate beds.
Separate but the same.
I love Maryana. However, I think I've told her that our dream bed is one big bed with 2 separate blankets. This is the closest that we've ever gotten to that. So we don't have to fight over the blanket in the middle of the night. TV, I don't think we'll be doing a lot of TV watching.
No, it's too beautiful here.
A cool little couch. It's kind of comfortable. But I will say this is pretty cool right here, this balcony.
The view is not much, but...
Now the view isn't really all that exciting. However, it's kind of nice, you know, if you want to get some fresh air, but you don't want to be outside with everybody else. I think we're on the 2nd floor.
Yeah. You can see the ocean.
Which in Europe means that we're on the 3rd floor.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see the ocean over there. That's cool. There's a giant mall.
That's another resort. Actually, I went to that one with my parents in Mexico. It's pretty nice. Would
really?
recommend that one,
awesome.
Yes.
There's a casino. I don't gamble, but there's a casino if you do that
There's
kind of thing.
always a casino, I feel like.
We're just gonna bounce around the pools, probably drink some.
Well, we already had the lunch here.
Yeah,
what do you think about the lunch?
I thought it was amazing, honestly. The food was great. I didn't think that the food was gonna be bad because we're in Spain. We've been to Spain before and the food was amazing. Here, it's not really any different. It's buffet, but it's like one of the best buffets I've ever had. So that's cool.
Because they cooked to order, like they had the steak, they had the chorizo, they had the fresh veal, which was sliced, like to your order, which was good.
We got a sangria.
More sangria.
Yeah, we got a sangria with that. But yeah, that's just the hotel tour. Now we want to go ahead and check out the rest of the resort.
Yes, let's go swimming, get a tan, because in Italy, it's like 20 degrees Celsius colder.
Let's go.
Let's see if Vernon will sunburn this weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a lobster. I'm gonna be a lobster. You can count on that already.
It's a little cold. A little cold.
I mean, it is still January.
A little cold. I need more drinks. Need more sangria.
Maybe I'll go in after a few more drinks.
Should I do it? Should I just go in?
Do it, do it. The viewers need to know.
If you don't subscribe right now, I swear, man.
Subscribe for our suffering.
Usually it's you suffering, not me.
True.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Subscribe.
Hours later.
This is the ultimate leisurely vacation. We're sunburned. I think we're kind of hungover. We took a nap and we're about to go eat and drink more.
We're gonna drink more?
Yeah, we're on vacation.
Oh, I guess so. I don't even drink that much. I see that in every fucking video. I'm such a liar. You know what? This is what happens when you marry a Ukrainian. You think that you don't drink, but then after a while you become sort of a small alcoholic.
Also, I want to say my languages are totally confused because I hear people speaking here Spanish, I hear English, Italian, Polish, Russian. I'm all over the place. I don't know what to speak.
We don't know how to say hi.
So the resort, depending on which night it is, does different themed foods. And for Saturday, for this day, I believe it was Asian night. We didn't know that. We kind of went in and we saw a bunch of like Asian ingredients. That sushi, don't eat that sushi. I think it was a little sketchy, but everything else there was delicious. That roasted duck, all those veggies, the orange chicken. I know, right? Orange chicken. It was delicious. Have you tried the wine yet?
I did, because the guy was cool enough to like let me sample it. You know, they do that a lot in Europe. They're like, hey, would you like to sample it and tell me what you think? Yeah, it tastes like wine. It tastes good. Thank you.
So he said this is because he's from the islands, and he said this is his favorite wine here.
Wow, yeah, this is a local wine. He actually reassured me that as well. Reassured me that.
How does it compare to Italian wine? Ooh, drama!
Yeah, it's good. I don't know if it's Italian good, but it's pretty good. I like it.
It smells good. Again, we're not wine experts, but we just drink a lot of wine. That's nice. It's not as like rich and deep, I would say, as a lot of Italian wines we're used to drinking. Especially this is on that standard, because that's what I was trying to explain to him. His English isn't good. My Spanish is
non-existent.
No, it's been a while. It's been like 10 years since high school. Then I took Spanish.
10 years? It's been more than that.
But also I want to mention the buffet for dinner is really good. Did you see all the sushi they had?
I didn't see any of the sushi
that they had. On the corner
had.
table on the side, there's a bunch of sushi. So I clearly got sushi. I got duck for my first time. I think I got some roast beef. I got cheese. I got international plate right now. There's nothing Spanish about it.
Same, mine's mostly like Asian, I think. But after this, I'm probably gonna go get some of that sushi. So let's see what we have for dessert. We have something called milk rice, chocolate mousse with vanilla, ice cream, a bunch of these like pastries, which look pretty awesome. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna go with, but that milk rice sounded really, really good. Over on this side, we have so many more desserts. It's starting to look like we're inside of a bakery. It's pretty insane.
Am I hungry? Definitely not. Did I get 2 desserts? Definitely.
Vernon, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling 110% after that sleep. It was amazing.
The sleep was good, but I feel like garbage. I think I may have overdrank last night. Is anybody else when they're sick not really wanting to eat? But I know it's very important to eat. So they always have a really good selection of meats and cheeses here. I noticed for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Don't want to get in people's ways. Jams, sauces. And then we have a cappuccino. Toasting machine. Cappuccino machine. We're getting our American style coffee. Different fishes, salads. I do not want that for breakfast. Let's see what else they have. Bread. A lot of people are weirded out with this camera because it's very small. Ooh. I guess where we are, in proximity, they have the British style breakfast, which I don't mind. It's very hearty, but I dropped that. But let's pick at a few of these.
I do like how they have tomatoes for the English breakfast. It's really nice. Also, I think people think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself with the camera. I should have Vernon done this. Oh, now this is nice. Finally something Spanish. Oh my God, there's hot chocolate. But I don't know. Do I risk it? We'll see. Let's first eat this and we'll see how it goes. Always a great selection of fresh fruits and always orange juice, which means I'm gonna have to put you guys down because my hands are full. Vernon, how are you? I can't speak today. I need more coffee. Thankfully, they brought us a whole giant jug of it.
The sausages are good. The scrambled eggs are good if you like them a little runny. The pancakes,
scrambled?
The pancakes, as an American, sad no syrup, or I haven't found it yet, but I just put some sort of strawberry jam on there.
We need some Canadians over here to bring the good syrup. I'll be the judge of coffee. I would consider myself a coffee connoisseur. I think my daily average is 3.
I think connoisseur and addict are 2 different things.
You know, if you feel like crap, have an Excedrin and 2 big cups of coffee and you'll feel amazing. So I want to do a quick kind of tour of the actual resort. We'll do a little run through after breakfast. You know, it's good for the digestion. Also, I didn't want to record yesterday because there's like people swimming in the pool and I don't want to be a creep. Vernon doesn't want to be a creep.
I'm already a creep.
So this is where we actually walked in, and it's funny enough, there's birds, as you can tell, and there's parrots, all kinds of birds. And Vernon thought it was actually a soundtrack playing, but it was actual real birds. And for us, it felt weird because we're now in Italy, it's super cold and there's no birds. So hearing the birds singing, it was just like, this is vacation. The downside of this resort right now in January is that all the water is drained. So all of this, like where you see the flamingos over there, all of this is like nice water. But I think right now is the time, I think in January and February is when they're cleaning it, which is great, but it doesn't look as aesthetic. So behind Vernon, that's where one of the buffets is. We had our breakfast there. We have been having our lunch and dinner there. And I love, if you notice, it's like a very African theme. So funny enough, even though this is a Spanish island, we are off the coast of West Sahara. But let's go see the rest. So funny, yesterday we were feeling too meh. I think we drank too much. I drank too much. And this is where you can have a magic show. And today, I think they're going to be doing a flamenco, something like that.
I thought you said that there was going to be a flamingo show, like there's going to be a bunch of flamingos and stuff, but it's actually a flamenco.
So
it's the dance.
Yeah, and this is like a little rec room, I think, too. They have like pool over there. They have tennis, ping pong. And this is like another bar, because, you know, we need more booze. So yeah, they have more bar and more drinking here. I think this is where they do a lot of shows at night. And on the other side, which is nice, is where you can watch your football.
Yeah, I saw some soccer on last night. I'm not a huge fan of it, but hey man, there's a lot of British tourists here, so I can see why they would love it.
Yeah, so a lot of British, Polish, German, a lot of the Scandinavian countries. But it's funny, everyone's communicating in English. Haha. And you can't come for me because English is my 4th language, so hey, even I had to learn it.
English is my 1 and only, and I'm proud of that.
So show the store. So this is a store. I'm like, oh, they got some cute stuff. But I'm kind of looking around. I'm like, is that Hermes? Is that like some Gucci, some Louis over there? And they are not real. And it's kind of interesting to see this at a 5-star resort because it's not something you expect, especially right here. Like they have all those bracelets. And it's really like show like all those all the girlies on Instagram and TikTok have. And it's just funny because they have all of them and they look pretty good. Look, they even have Cartier on the bottom for 45 bucks or 45 euro.
Hey, look, I can't tell the difference.
True, I mean, I can't. But so we're on the -1 level. It's a little sunny, which is great. I'm not complaining because right now Italy is like 0. So I'm enjoying all the sunshine. Also, what plant is this? I've never seen a more beautiful tree.
I said it was the one from the Dr. Seuss books. It looks very fluffy.
It is fluffy. The birds love it.
I don't know what it is.
I love it. And then it's gonna be a little sunny, so put on your glasses, guys. But this is one of the other areas, and they have a nice little stage where they do performances throughout the day for kids. This is a really kid-friendly resort. I guess we should have brought Atlas. There's a lot of entertainment.
Yeah, I guess
slides.
people can bring their dogs. I haven't seen any, but they do have signs that say, hey, make sure if you have your dog, it's on a leash. So they do have stuff for dogs.
So this is really cool. They have another bar over there, which we had beer last night. And you can also get ice cream. They have ice cream stations throughout, which I love. The pool is open between 10 to 6. And I think that's when they start the heating. So there's 9 pools and all of them are heated. I went swimming yesterday, as you saw, and it was a little chilly. But it's, you know, after you have a few drinks, it's not so bad.
Dude, it's so nice right now. Like the sun is so warm.
Oh, it is nice, yeah. I'm wearing a sweater because I just feel like I should be wearing a sweater, but yeah, you don't really need one because there's people already wearing tank tops.
And the nice part about it being low season is even though the pools aren't completely filled with water, the chairs aren't completely filled with tourists.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, no. The other thing's not filled with water.
Look at these trees.
Vernon needs more coffee. Yeah, those are real. I thought those were fake. I don't know why, but they are real palm trees. But what is not real is what I like that they did at this resort, since this is a African safari themed resort. Like they have safari animals scattered throughout. So you have some giraffes here. There's like crocodiles. There's antelopes. There's a, look at that crocodile. That looks pretty creepy actually. That looks
we won't be able to get it from with this camera, but
you
yeah,
have
it's
to come
over
here.
there.
And then they have elephants. I wish they had some lions. That would have been pretty cool.
There might be actually, we just probably haven't found it yet.
Oh, also another thing they have here is they have a ton of lemon trees. Like, I wonder if they use that for like the stuff that in the
mojitos, maybe some of the mojitos, the lemons, the limes.
I don't want to talk about drinks right now. I may have overdone it yesterday. May have overdone it. Let's see this side. I like the lounge chairs here. They have the cushiony ones. And you know what's funny? On this side, so they tell you not to reserve the lounge chairs, but I see people already reserving the lounge chairs. Like literally there's signs telling you not to do that. But as you can tell, people don't listen. I mean, there's plenty of them. This is low season for the resort.
I think they're just more worried about that in the high season.
So yeah, over there, I like those lounge chairs because they're cushiony. Let's go check out my favorite pool. Well, let's go. Also, another cool thing is because the way this resort is structured, super accessible, but you also get your steps in. So for the time I did have my Apple Watch on yesterday, we almost ended up doing 10,000 steps at the resort alone, which is pretty good because we were exploring, walking around, taking pictures. So you can get your steps in. I did see there are 2 gyms and I was looking them up and Vernon's like, are you kidding? Like, you think we're gonna work out? So I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. And they do have like 2 or 3 spas, but I'm like, we can do that in Italy. We have good spas in Italy. Oh, another really cool thing I noticed about these pools from yesterday is the chlorine smell is not that strong. Like sometimes, that was too much running for me. Because sometimes when you go swimming, you get out of the pool and you like smell like the chlorine. Not the problem here, not the issue here. This is the shot. This looks beautiful. Oh yeah, you can't use floaties. I guess no, don't bring floaties here. But look at the shot right here. Oh my God. This is beautiful. We were taking pictures over there for the thumbnail, hopefully. And I guess it became a popular photo spot now.
Well, I think the reason is because the way that the light is coming up, it's actually hitting the building directly, so it just looks really, really nice. Although if you're trying to get a photo of your face, it's gonna be completely bright.
It's like an environmental portrait. Fun fact, both Vernon and I are photographers. I used to do it professionally for pay, but now we're YouTubers for fun.
What's this place?
I think this is another breakfast place, but I don't think this is part of the inclusive thing. So this is another restaurant. This place has a ton of restaurants. So this place is huge. As you can tell, we got lost. Oh, so this is one of the other pools, and this is actually one of the bigger pools because it's almost like a lazy river. You can do laps and swim around. Vernon said yesterday that this feels like we're in Jurassic Park. Oh, look at that view. Grandma's getting her tan on already. Yeah, so it's actually pretty, you can do a big lap all around. Vernon, I just saw something run across.
Little lizard, maybe?
No, I don't know what that was, but that was small and fast. Maybe it was a lizard. That was crazy, okay. Okay, we gotta look up for little animals, little locals here. So here is a continuation, and guess what? There is another bar here. I keep trying to say ciao to everybody. So there's another bar.
We're mixing like 4 different languages.
I know. So this is, I think, the other pool. I think that's it. I like this one because you have like the little sand, little rocks. So it actually makes you feel like you're at the beach. When we were here yesterday, a lot of kids were here. They were doing performances for them. Like, what is it? Aquatic aerobics?
Oh yeah, they were like dancing and things like that. And they had like a dance class where the lady was dancing. People were in the water and also dancing.
There's already somebody standing over there. Wow. They're getting all that sun. So Vernon has never been to a resort. I've been to a few in Mexico and the Dominican Republic. The downsides of this one, I'm just gonna say them right now. Because even though we got the full board, they didn't include any drinks and any of that. And the only, I thought I saw in pictures like swim up bars here. When we were in Cancun and then Cabo, there was a few, like a lot of the resorts we went to, they had like in the pool, you had the bars, which is pretty cool. I was a little disappointed because I wanted to surprise Vernon and with that, but they didn't have that here. So this is kind of more like proper, prim and proper.
Maybe it's a European thing.
Maybe it is a European
Maybe it's like,
thing.
yeah, like it's a cultural thing, you know? Like this is the kind of resort that is ideal for Europeans and we're just Americans who are visiting.
So yeah, this is my first time at a European resort, but how they did it in Mexico, Dominican Republic, that's the ones I've been to. It was a little bit different the way it was organized, but I like the structure. The environment here feels nice because it feels like you're actually within the ecosystem versus the other ones. It's kind of more like a little bit more concrete. It's not as pretty. Also, I would love to go to like Costa Rica or, well, it's still on our bucket list to go to Brazil, especially Brazil for Carnivale. Oh,
Man.
So it's interesting, this hotel is split into two. We're on the, I guess you could say if we're in this perspective on the left side, but this side is like a little jungle bridge, like suspended bridge. That's pretty cool. And they have a little shop over there. Vernon, did you know that? All day supermarket, cool. So there's a little store here. And all of this is, I love saying this because we watch a lot of these architect videos. This is indoor-outdoor space, right? That's the way they always say it.
Yeah, basically what that means is they put a bunch of giant plants inside. That's what that means.
Yeah, there's no roof.
I'm oversimplifying architecture, but I'm not wrong either.
This is the little bridge on the ground level that connects it. And then there's also, you can walk across the top. So this is
the part where it made me feel like I was in Jurassic Park.
It does, because as soon as you walk in, I'll show you. So this is, like, we're staying on this side, right? But as soon as you walk, that was weird.
That has got to be a sound. Unless there are jaguars roaming around, that had to be a speaker.
All right, I hope so. So if we walk in from that side, and you're just kind of greeted with all this, which is really nice. Again, a little bummer that the water has been drained from the pond. So Vernon and I realized after 24 hours at a resort is that we get bored. So we found outside the resort an arcade. I think it's a sign we need to go to Japan.
Now you're teasing me.
You know what this reminds me? Dave & Buster's.
Yes, actually, yeah, I can see that. Dave & Buster's, what was always disappointing to me about that place, I mean, the last time I went was like 12 years ago, was that it always seemed like Chuck E. Cheese, but the off-brand versions of the arcades instead of the normal ones. I think it's gonna be the first one. It's only €1, so that's not bad. I see how terrible I am at this. I haven't played this kind of game in a long time.
Welcome to NBA Hoops.
Absolutely terrible.
I don't know if you want me to record this.
Just as I predicted.
So Vernon got 37. The high score is 200.
Me and you, or
Aliens.
just you, me?
Let's play together. Let's
Okay.
see. We're gonna attempt to race motorcycles. This is gonna turn into
I will
Vernon
tell you-
Maryana's gaming channel.
What else can we embarrass ourselves with today? Oh, this one. Hey, I'm American. This one should be pretty easy.
To the ready, stand by, go!
I think there's like literally 3 or 4 malls. Wow.
Hey, look, they got
outside the
Breitling
resort.
watches.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Just like the guy in that video that had 37. Oh man, this is so beautiful.
We got bored of shopping because I don't want to go on vacation to go shopping. I don't know if that's just me or let me know, but I want to check out the water where we are. It's a good thing we didn't book that many days at the resort because honestly, I think we would have been bored out of our minds. Hey Vern, there's people in the water over there. You see it? Is there like a beach here? Maybe on the other side of the island. Is that a sandcastle?
No, that's a sandcastle.
Have you been drinking?
I did have a drink earlier.
Guys, we found Starbucks. And I'm not excited about the coffee. I'm excited about the mugs because I collect the mugs from each country or each place. So that's all I give a shit about.
You know what I think is kind of funny?
What's that?
This isn't really a political statement or anything, but I think it's kind of interesting that you have this island that is technically a part of Spain, which, let's be honest, there may have been people that were living here. So they took over the island and now Starbucks is doing the same.
We just need McDonald's.
We just need McDonald's and the American conquest is complete.
Guys, they have Spain and they have the Canary Islands. I think I'm gonna go to the Canary Islands though,
Maybe
because we're gonna go to Spain.
Yeah. Maybe it's
So-
also because we haven't been in the US or anywhere near Starbucks for a while. But do you see this over there? We have a pistachio cream frappuccino.
So if you keep walking past the lighthouse, there will be a sandy beach where you can actually walk to the water without falling with a bunch of rocks. And it's pretty nice along the walkway. So we came from all the way there from the other side. You have more hotels, I think probably resorts, a ton of shopping, so you won't be hungry or naked, I guess. Right? It's all shops and restaurants.
I mean, this is a tourist location. What do you expect? I expect this, honestly.
Next part of Spain, let's go to Barcelona. Again.
Barcelona's amazing. The food is maybe some of the best we've ever had. Maybe the best city we've ever eaten at. And just in terms of every time you go somewhere, it's like 10 out of 10.
Because they had the Iberico jamon, they had the seafood, they had the tapas. I'm gonna attempt to touch the water without getting my shoes wet. And I'm not taking off my shoes because I don't want to get sandy toes. I knew this was gonna happen. It's cold. It's cold. It's very cold.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's colder than the pool that was supposed to be heated. Stay tuned because we're going to be doing like a little review of our resort stay here. But yeah, the water's cold. I don't know how those guys are surfing in there. It came for me. That's the farthest it's gone. Comment down below if Vernon's going to get smacked by one of the waves. Because there's some big ones coming. So I think that's actually like the inside of the, like, you know those white squids? I think it's a squid.
It looks like that.
That's so cool.
I feel like David Attenborough, National Geographic.
And today we have found, Vernon hates when I do the accent.
Because you sound, I don't know, you sound like you got a speech impediment while you're doing the British accent.
No, because it sounds like I've been chain smoking for 45 years. I was looking at some of these windows, window shopping, and they had like some brand stuff. And I looked at the price. These are all knockoffs.
Really?
Those are all, I'm not gonna show because I don't know if it's legal or not to show, but those are all knockoffs.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if these...
You know what I learned in Turkey was one way you can tell what a knockoff is?
What's that?
They don't seem to be cautious about somebody running in and snatching what would otherwise be a $10,000 purse.
True. Oh, there's a Mac store. Nice. That looks real.
Oh, look at the Frenchie.
Where? Aw. Do you see what they have? Look at these. Oxtail. What the hell?
That's weird. Heinz oxtail soup.
There's
Check this out. They
lentil.
also got ramen.
I think these are British.
These are like Indian ramen. Check this out. They got the
There's
brown
Indian
bag
ramen?
bread. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Wow. Let me see. If you're Italian, look away.
What do you guys think about this? Would you eat it?
No, I've never seen this in America, so.
I feel like if I tried to serve this to an Italian, they'd probably try to beat me with a can.
No, this is the most disgusting thing I think I've seen in a can. Does this taste good? I don't know. Maybe this tastes
what is
good.
that?
I don't know, but I see chicken.
Albondigas.
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't.
Chicken balls. It looks like chicken balls. I'll bet you this is like one of those things that like you see older people eat and they just love the hell out of it.
Maybe it's like an old traditional thing.
Look, goulash, sopa.
They have everything here. They have the most yeah.
It seems random. It seems like this whole store just said, let's just press the random button and see what we can have.
Look at these. I think those are, wow, okay. They literally have all the countries.
2 hours later.
So you know how when you access a website and it doesn't load properly and it says 404 error not found?
So I don't know how it's possible, but it seems like whenever you go to a paradise, time goes by way too fast. Like this was already our last dinner here. And this was, I think it was like a Spanish Indian night because they had like a lot of traditional Spanish food, but they also had like curries and like some lentil curries, which was really delicious. No complaints from me. We kind of savored the night. We had some dinner and afterwards we decided to kind of have the resort all to ourselves. We decided to just kind of walk around and just take it all in, especially the nice warm weather, because I checked the temperature and Italy was, I think it was 2 degrees Celsius versus here was like 22. So this will be missed. I'm missing this right now as I'm editing the video. But the resort here at night or early in the morning, honestly, it feels like you're just strolling through the jungle and I absolutely loved it.
Spooky vibes.
We're not drunk. We haven't even drank a lot yet.
I haven't drank anything.
I had a sangria. That's just
and beer.
That was at lunch.
It was a very nice and calming night. This was one of those trips where you kind of definitely need to just kind of relax and detox. Besides our camera for recording, we didn't have our phones on us, and it was really nice. They even had a live DJ booth set up, and we wanted to end the night with a flamenco dance. Not us dancing for sure. The bittersweet last breakfast or last meal at the resort. This will be missed. This was probably also my favorite breakfast at the resort. I don't know why, like the quality seemed the best for me. Like the eggs, the sausage, the bacon, the beans, the mushrooms, they were all delicious. The last view before we had to get back.
It's kind of bittersweet to be back because as soon as we flew in, Venice was covered just by the thickest fog.
And it's kind of cool because I started playing this game called Silent Hill 2, like the remake for the PlayStation 5, and it matched the ambiance of where we live just perfectly. So we went from beautiful sunny days to some kind of gloomy clouds.
Yeah, and like half the temperature. But enough was it moping around. Let's talk about the resort. So what did you think about, what were your first impressions of the resort? You clearly didn't see any pictures. I did.
I didn't know. This was a surprise. It was partly a surprise. She did tell me that we were going to be going to a resort. It's January here. We wanted to go somewhere a bit warmer, and I guess this just kind of lined up perfectly, right? My first impressions of what it was like at a resort was relaxing. I didn't know that, or at least I had this idea that when we go to a resort, we're not going to be going around and exploring the island or any other area, that we were just going to be chilling out in and around the local building area. And I liked it. Honestly, I thought initial impressions were pretty awesome. No complaints.
Yeah, so I would say because I saw the pictures and I was looking it up, it did match the photos exactly. So it definitely met my expectation. It's very grand. I love the theme of the Saharan theme with the traditional buildings, and they had the fake animals around. I'm happy they were fake. But yeah, overall, I think that was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that was. I mean, honestly, I jokingly told Maryana that as we were walking in, I kind of felt like we were entering Jurassic Park. It just these big plants everywhere. I think at the entrance, they even had these like sounds of tigers and other animals like that.
They did add that.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So they definitely amped up the experience of what you would think this kind of resort would be.
What would you say the highlight of the trip was?
At least compared to where we're at right now, probably the weather. That's the biggest one. I was wearing shorts, okay?
Yeah,
I actually got a somewhat of a tan. I think for me, the highlight was just being able to bum around for a couple of days and read. Because normally whenever we travel somewhere, we're usually going and burning,
20K, 1,000 steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A bunch of steps per day. The least number of steps is like the desired result for us, right? So I brought my Kindle and I was just planning on being out in the sun, relaxing, and all of that. So for me, that was probably one of the highlights. I think the other thing and I may mention this multiple times in this video, the smell of the resort.
Oh yeah, especially when you walk into the lobby.
Yeah, there is this scent or this incense that they were using. I don't exactly know what it was, but it smelled like we were at a spa, and it had this just like really relaxing smell. So it's like, you get there, beautiful building, everything's cool, but as soon as you smell that, you go into the lobby, you just feel really relaxed. Like I felt like, I knew right away this was gonna be relaxing.
Yeah, I think for me, from other resorts that I've been to, this was his first, but other places I've been to, I really like how they incorporated nature and with the hotel, because a lot of the hotels these days they'll be very cold, I would call them. You see the concrete, you see the structure, but here there were so many plants everywhere. It literally felt like you were in the jungle. So honestly, for me, that was like a major standout about the resort, because it literally felt like you were in nature, even though everything there was technically man-made. Now, let's flip that. What would be the disappointing side of it?
I think the disappointing part of it was that it was too short. That's not really an attack on the resort or anything like that. The part where Maryana got sick because we weren't able to hang out a little bit.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, that wasn't great. I think the view from our balcony, maybe if we would have chosen a different room, it would have been a little bit better, because when we looked out, it was kind of like a big open parking lot at a casino across the street, and there wasn't it wasn't a great view.
For me, I think I wish they would have let us know that the water was drained and they were doing like not mini construction, but like cleaning on some of the places.
Yeah.
Because I know this is like their low season, but the price for the what you pay per night is still, not low season. So I wish they would have let us know that there was like some construction and stuff going around, because that was it wasn't the same.
Some of the pools were empty.
Yeah.
And there was no water in them.
Yeah, so that was just a little bummer for that. But overall, everything else is pretty good. So let's do a speed run. I have my phone, we took notes. We came prepared, So we're gonna rate this from 1 out of 10. Accommodations.
1 out of 10?
Yeah, from
1
1
to
being
10.
crap, 10 being amazing.
From 1 to 10. You said 1 out of 10.
I haven't had any wine yet. He hasn't offered me any wine.
It's
so
either wine or coffee. Maryana's got a weird balance going on.
Yes, my AM and PM liquid, my beverage. What did you think the room was comfortable, clean, maintained?
Yeah, I would say so. The beds, the situation, that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, the double beds.
Maybe I should have said that was probably also one of my favorite things, right? The room, we had separate beds. We had separate beds, separate blankets, so it was like 2 twin beds. I don't know, maybe it's debatable as to whether we got a better night's sleep because we weren't fighting over a blanket.
Yeah, I would say the room was a 10 out of 10 for me. Like the size, minus the balcony. I'm not gonna include that. Maybe we could have said something, whatever. Overall, like the room itself, the fridge was stocked, the room was pretty big, it was super clean. It was so clean to the point where I actually still smelled the chemicals. That's how clean that was.
Maybe the best part about it was the shower.
Yeah.
Oh my god. One of the other things is the shower and the bathroom was separate, so that's kind of cool. So like if you have to use the bathroom and you don't want to ruin the shower while somebody's in there using it.
It's like a wet room and then the toilet's separate, so kind of like how they do in Japan.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Every house around the world needs to have that.
So the shower was amazing.
That's his favorite part.
It was just like this heavy rain that came down on you, and it really felt like I felt like I could shower in a couple minutes. I didn't really need to be in there and spend time. So the shower was super quick because it was so relaxing.
The view from the room, I'm gonna give that a 2 out of 10. That was
for our room,
garbage.
It wasn't great.
2 out of 10. No, you saw the video, you watched the video. This is at the end of the video. You know what we're talking about. I mean, the ocean was like, if you zoomed in, you could see the ocean. If you squint really hard, you could see the ocean.
The layout, it was a little, I got lost a couple times when she was sick. I'm not great with directions anyway. This is not a knock on the resort, but when she did get sick and she was up in the room and I was looking for the hotel room, I got lost. Because I walked around for about 20 something minutes looking for this store and I couldn't find it.
It's a little winding.
But thankfully, one of the guys that I found that worked there was super, super helpful. And he showed me physically, he went there with me. He didn't just point it out. So that was really
Good
nice.
service, yeah.
But otherwise, I think it was kind of cool. I think in part, the size of the resort and getting lost was one of the features, because when you do walk around, you discover like new places, like a safari. You're like, ooh, there's another pool, or ooh, there's an area that there's not a lot of people at. So I like that part.
Yeah, so just to show you guys that we're not full of shit, I'm gonna say something I didn't like part of the whole thing.
Okay.
The walls are too damn thin. That's honestly probably my biggest negative from this whole resort. If you want some peace and quiet, I would say get a room either in the corner or get a room on the top floor.
It definitely sounded like that apartment from hell kind of situation where your neighbors upstairs are always either dropping bowling balls or moving furniture or something like that. We did experience that, and kids can be kind of loud, and if those walls are thin, you're gonna hear it.
That's probably the biggest downside. Going to another downside, I did not care for the food quality that much, and I blame us for that, because we but when we travel, we eat a lot of really good food, and I would say our standards are maybe higher than the average person's. But to be fair, I mean, if I'm eating street food, it's street food. Because this is a luxury 5-star resort, I had higher expectations.
Yeah, I see.
If I was just kind of going in with basic, I think I would be fine. Their variety was excellent, but I think the quality was lacking.
Yeah, I mean, the variety was massive, right? So like every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner had a completely different setup. And then there were 4 stations where you could get things from. You know, there was the fresh cooked stuff. There was like the section for just fruits and vegetables. There was a section over here for just little deli cuts and cheeses. Yeah.
Luca wants in.
Luca, what'd you think of it? So the volume was high, but the quality left some things to be desired.
And another thing I wanted to mention that they didn't tell us before we booked, or I booked, the other buffet was actually closed. So usually there's 2 buffets, and there's I think 2 or 3 restaurants that are not included in the full board. But it was closed because, again, it's low season. So disappointing.
There were these pros. There were these pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
So like every day, especially for dinner time, there was like a sort of a different theme. Like one of them was like Indian,
Asian.
Another one was Asian. So there were these different themes that we got to experience, which was kind of cool. I'm guessing when you are trying to make that quantity of food and you're trying to make that many different varieties of food, you're never going to be able to get like really high
that's
quality
true.
food. So.
But I wouldn't say there was anything standout dishes. Again, it wasn't terrible. It was good. They had a nice wine list selection. They had the spreads were large. Like depending on your dietary needs, you're good. You're going to be covered. One of the things I did like about this resort, the service everywhere. Front desk, a hotel room,
10 out of
the
10.
beach.
10 out of service was
pool.
10 out of 10 for sure.
Everywhere, like super nice, super kind, super like whatever you need right there and then. So 10 out of 10.
The people were always attentive to your table. Like as soon as you sat down, it's like, do you want water? Do you want a drink? What do you want? Boom, boom, boom. It was great.
And then I would say the pools, the chairs, everything was very clean, very well maintained. There was a towel station. You can change towels if you needed to. There were plenty of bars all throughout the resort.
Yeah.
Ice cream stations. So, I mean, that was all covered. That was very nice. We were never thirsty or hungry.
Yeah, true.
So the location of the resort, I guess it was, like 6 minutes walking from the beach?
Yeah, it didn't take us long at all. And honestly, the path to walking from the resort to the beach was, there wasn't like a lot of streets that you have to cross. There wasn't a lot of traffic. It's like a direct
2
walk.
malls. Yeah. There was like a sketchy mall and a nice mall. You kind of walk through.
Yeah, you walk through them and then basically you're on the beach. So like if you actually want to go in the summertime and see the beach, it's awesome.
Right now, I think I tested the water. It was cold. If you wanted to surf, you could surf. That was really easy. But the location was great. There was an arcade that we played around with, as you saw. There was plenty of shopping you can do.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we left the resort that I saw that you can book other things like excursions with dolphins and other little things. I wish I would have known that sooner, but you're watching this video, so you'll know that.
Yeah.
So if you're staying for longer, you can do like more stuff. You don't have to just bum around at the resort.
And if you do want to bum around at the resort, they have other little things that we didn't take part in. I think they do have a spa. They had massages and stuff like that. We didn't get those, so
We can't really comment on that, but they had other things there.
Yeah,
that
they
was
had
really
two
cool.
gyms, but who are we kidding? We're on vacation, we're not working out. All right, so the last big thing is value for money. Honestly, I don't think it was worth the money.
Really? No. Oh. Well, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with resorts, so I don't know.
So because it wasn't that bad because we used our Chase Sapphire points, so it was much cheaper. But I think it ended up being like before the points, I think it's like a little over $300 per night for the two.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it was a little over 300 per. So I'm just like.
Yeah, that's pricey.
But I'm also comparing it to like Mexico and the Dominican Republic,
That's
and
fair.
those were all inclusive
Yeah.
too, and they were cheaper in their peak season. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
I want to travel to more resorts. So definitely subscribe because I want to see if it's like a different thing in Europe in the
Yeah,
resorts.
could be.
And I also want to find like, so this was a full board we got. This was not an all-inclusive. I want to find like more all-inclusive, adults-only resorts because I know
Be
there's
quieter for sure.
a little bit more romantic.
A little bit more romantic. I don't really know specifically about the value because, like I said, this is my first resort. I liked it. I thought it was great. I haven't been to any in South America or Central America. I know a lot of Americans like to go to Mexico for those, but again, you're in Mexico. A lot of stuff is so much cheaper.
Yeah.
So you're talking about European prices here at a resort. So what you're getting for what it costs, it's hard to say for me, but.
No, that's true. Again, that's why we gotta go to more resorts.
Oh yeah, because so like if we go to another resort, we might discover that the next resort is even worse. So we might find out that this was actually the best resort that you could go to in Europe because all the other ones really suck. It's just
Let us know your worst resort in Europe.
or which resorts we should be checking out.
True, comment down below. Who do you think this resort is good for? Couples, older people, families? Who do you think is the ideal people that should go here? Not honeymooners. I don't know about honeymooners.
Well, from what I saw, it seems to be British people and Scandinavians with kids.
So families. Because you went into like ethnicities and types of people.
Well, we're in Europe. That's kind of how they measure this
No,
stuff.
I think this is great for families. I think this is the perfect place for families because the pools, they have lifeguards.
Yeah.
They're pretty like around. You can have a good vision of your kids. The buffets are like when they do have them open, they're nice. It's very easy to run around. They got plenty of space. So I think this is great for families.
Yeah, I can see that. And they also have, I think, an amusement park that's just outside of, I mean, they have the arcade, right?
Yeah.
But they also have an amusement park that's outside. They advertise that.
There was a circus too.
There was a circus. Well, there was a Cirque du Soleil and then there was another circus that was outside.
Overall, how did you feel about your experience at the resort? 1 to 10. Don't think about it.
1 to 10.
1, crap.
8.
10, loved it.
I would say 8.
8?
Yeah, I would say an 8. You know, I mean, for me, this is an experience that's different. I'm thinking, okay, the weather was much better than where we're at. You know, I can sit there and relax, get a drink if I want. There's no rush. There's no pressure to be anywhere on
Yes,
time like
yeah.
normally when we travel. So the overall experience and the resort itself, to me, was an 8 out of 10. And that makes me think that I would be more willing to do resorts in the future.
Oh, that's good.
What about you? What'd you think?
Honestly, I would give them a solid like 7, 7.5.
Okay.
So it's still pretty good, but again, like the other things we mentioned, there's definitely, I think, room for improvement. Especially, I think, for the price. I'm more harsh, more critical, because I want it needs to be perfect.
Yeah.
Would you stay here again?
No, because I don't like staying anywhere twice.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. We never go to the same place twice. Even like in Italy, when we go to the same town, like we'll travel to different, same town in Tuscany, but we'll never stay at the same place again.
Yeah, because I feel like when you go to the same restaurant, when you go to the same B&B or whatever it is, it starts to lose its charm a little bit because
Yeah.
you've seen it. You know, you want to.
Yeah.
We
We
only,
like a challenge.
Yeah, we only live once, and we want to see as many of the places that the world has to offer as possible.
Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I know it's a little bit different from the typical things we do, but we needed a vacation, like a vacation.
True. Yeah, and we'll probably be doing a little bit more Italy and just more European stuff.
Yeah, so we're gonna be shooting to. So right now, I think we have six or seven more regions of Italy to discover. And we're gonna challenge ourselves to finish and see all of Italy, all the 20 regions by the end of the summer.
By the end of the summer?
By the end of the summer.
Dang, okay.
Because I'm already planning Sardinia. We're gonna be heading to Bari, Matera, you know, the little bottom of Italy.
Yep.
You definitely don't wanna miss that. So subscribe and stay tuned. Ciao.
Ciao.
Did you subscribe yet?
We look like people who just discovered the camera for the first time. Like those videos from like 1907.
Those are
When
cool.
everybody's just standing around the street corner looking at the guy like he just got off a spaceship or something. Because he's got a camera. That's what that looks like.